welcome to G-Man Gaming and Reviews. Alright, so this is going to be a new series. This is going to be a guide on how to actually play, how to start playing Elder Sign Omens. Now I have to say, I really love this game. I pretty much love anything Lovecraft related. So I actually have Arkham Horror and Eldritch Horror in my board game collection. I have the second edition still, because I think it's awesome. So this is like I suppose you could say a casual player's take on an Arkham Horror game. I have read reviews of this and they say it doesn't feel it, but it does feel very Arkham Horror themed. It's available on computer, which is what I'm recording it now, but it's actually also available on tablets. I'm pretty sure it's on. I've got it on my iPad, and I'm almost certain it's on the Google Play Store. So I'm going to take you through how to play this game, because even though I call it a casual big player's game, it can be quite difficult to get an understanding of how this game works, at least at the beginning. Once you understand how the game works, it's not that complicated. A lot of it is, it's a dice game, where you have to roll certain dice to complete certain tasks, but you have an ability to influence those dice rolls based on your character's abilities and what items they have. So, like I said, at the beginning it's a little bit complicated to get used to, but once you know what you're doing, you'll get in the groove of it. So we're going to start a new game. For the sake of showing it off, there's a lot of different old ones, but we'll start with Yig, because Yig's the easiest. Now, what this basically means on this screen, just so that you know, is this 10 is the number of Elder Signs that you have to get in order to beat Yig, and this is the Doom track up here that will go from top left, and then it will go clockwise. Yeah, so it'll actually go from left to, it'll go from left to right, and then right to left. Now, once if this fills up, you lose. Whereas if you get the 10 Elder Signs, you win. So this will make more sense after you... Now, I'm not going to really bother going into like each of the different characters. They all have different abilities. But just at the beginning, this is what I will say. Stay away from characters that have got like a 7-3 or a 3-7 stat loadout. The reason being is because they can be killed off quite easily if the circumstances get really bad. So I wouldn't recommend using characters with a 7-3 or a 3-7. So this is a 7-3, and this is a 3-7. So the 3 here in this case, the blue refers to sanity, which is like your mental health, and the red here, which is heart, which looks like a heart, refers to stamina, which is your physical health. If the sanity or your stamina drops to 0, the character dies. And you do not get the characters back in this game. You don't get to start with another character. So having a character die can actually be really bad. So for the sake of beginning, you can pick any characters that have got a 6-4 loadout or a 5-5. But don't pick any characters that got a 7-3. Unless you know what you're doing. And because some of the characters with a 7-3 have some very good powers. But you really need to know what you're doing in this game to use those characters. So, for the sake of it, we're just going to pick, like, some characters that I think are good, but I'm not going to go into... Now, this is the character's power up here. It has a name and it tells you what it does. And it has starting items. So the gun icon, the pistol icon is a common item symbol. So that means, and the book is spell. So that means Jenny Barnes starts with 1 common item and 1 spell. Now, in the case of Joe Diamond, who has a Huncher's ability, he starts with a common item and a clue. This character also starts with a common item and a spell, and Caroline Fern starts with a common item and a unique item. So I'll get into that as we play the game, and I'll show you like how the game works. Now I'm gonna skip the intro vid. If you want to watch it, you can obviously play the game. Cool. So I'm going to explain. So Yig's serpentine minions attempt to awaken him. You must steal away the father of servants before his wrath is unleashed upon the world. Collect 10 Elder Signs before the Doom track is filled. So there's 8 spots in the Doom track. If they get filled, you lose. And like I said, you got to get... So this is up here where it says this symbol here where my mouse is on the top left. That's the number of Elder Signs you have. This here is the number of Doom on the Doom track. And this is the number of monsters. Now... monsters make tasks more difficult, and I will go through that as we play the game. Now, this is actually a pretty bad start. But I'll go through that, explaining that a bit later. Okay, so on the left here, you'll see this clock. This is the clock, right? Now, that's the midnight symbol. Now, whenever the midnight symbol is in this position, it means midnight takes effect and something generally bad happens. Now, the clock advances. So, the clock advances as you go to each character. So, Jenny takes her turn, then the clock will advance, then the next character will take the turn until you get to the last character. And when that happens, the clock, this midnight icon, will end up back here, because the clock moves in 4 stages. And when it moves back here, a mythos effect takes effect and something bad happens. Now, there is something that's listed here, but I won't bother going into that now. So next, what we do is we'll look at the characters. So if you click on the character icon, it shows you which character is in play, and it also shows you the order. So it goes from order from top to bottom. So this character has a common item that allows them to gain 1 sanity, and a spell, which allows them to lock a glyph, which I will explain by showing you when I actually use it. Now, this character has a lantern, which is a common item, which the yellow symbol there means that they get access to the yellow die, which I will once again explain. And this basically allows you to re-roll all your dice. In this case, this character can do that twice with each clue token. So this is a common item, which gives you the yellow item and a spell. And this character has a common item, which gives you the other die. And they have this unique item, which allows you to kill 1 monster. Now, for the most part, common items will get you access to the yellow glyph. Unique items will get you access to the red glyph, also known as a die, right? So generally, when you're playing this game, you want to have you want to have a good mix of items, because you want to maximize. This game is a big part of this game is about risk management. You need to maximize your odds of completing the tasks. So you always want to make sure that you stack the odds in your favor. So this you do this by looking at all the tasks and deciding which player is the best to get each task. And sometimes you will do other things with the players. So that's the characters done. Now, these things here are tasks. Now, tasks require you to do certain things to win. So the way that it works is, let's just say I have a look at this task, right? Now, each of these is what we call a task, okay? And you can only do one at a time. So in order to beat this one here, you need to get 8 investigation, and in order to beat this one, you need to get 2 skulls. I might actually, and on the left here in red, this tells you what the penalty is for failing the mission or the task. So if you were to do this mission and fail it, you lose 2 stamina. The Doom track moves by 1, and you lose 1 sanity. If you succeed, you get 2 Elder Signs and 2 trophies. Right? Now, trophies can be used to do things at the entrance, from heal you to buy items. And like it says here, you can buy Elder Signs with 10. So this can come in handy if you've got the icons. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up the rules, the help guide, to show you the dice. So here we've got glyphs. Now, glyphs are essentially dice. Now, when you start a task, you get access to. You start with 6 of these glyphs, right? And like it says, there are 6. There are 6 results, right? There are 6 sides of the die, and each of them correspond to something. So this diagram here shows you all the results that a die can get you, that a glyph can get you. You can call them dies, it's the same thing. So the green die can either get you a 1 in investigation, a 2 in investigation, a 3 in investigation, a lore result, a peril, or a terror. Now, you also have access to the yellow glyphs and the yellow glyph and the red glyph. Now, the yellow glyph is slightly different, where it replaces the terror result with a 4 investigation, and the red glyph also it replaces the 1 investigation with 4, and it also has a wild symbol that allows it to be any result. So this isn't going to make sense now, but it will make sense when I actually start playing the game. So what this basically means is, so what each of these tasks basically means is in order to complete this, you have to get 8 investigation. That can be any combination of 1, 2, or 3 investigation. And you have to get 2 skulls, 2 perils. So this one is a very, very difficult task to do. You'll actually notice here that the yellow and the red is flashing. What that means is currently the red die and the yellow die are locked, which means in order to get these die back, this task has to be completed. And here, one of the green glyphs is locked. Now you can see that on this you can see this on this diagram on the left. So you'll see one of the green glyphs is locked, and the red glyph and the yellow glyph are locked. The yellow glyph are locked. What that means is you can't actually use these glyphs until the task that it correlates to is done. So I'm gonna have to go after this to try to finish it. So I'm gonna do that. I didn't want to do this, but and I'm gonna use I'm going to use the spell to lock this glyph, so I get to keep this result. Now give me a skull. And I got the skull, right? So the way that it works is when you... So the way that you work... So I should have skipped that. So I'll show you what you do now. So this basically means that I have to get a peril die and a lore die. Now, when you put dies in here, they disappear from your list of glyphs, right? So as you complete tasks, you will lose glyphs. So when you're playing this game, you want to have as many glyphs as you possibly can, as many dies on your hand, right? So I'm gonna so I need to put this in there, and I need to put this in there. Now I've completed the task. Now you'll notice that it says success, and I get 1 spell and 2 unique items, and 2 trophies. So now you'll notice that the red and the yellow glyph are not locked anymore. Alright? So now we need to now we can actually make use of items that use the yellow glyph. So I'm going to go after this to get the... Now, unfortunately, you'll notice here, if you fail, you take 1 sanity. If you succeed, you get 1 clue, 1 spell, and this is the monster symbol. So what this means is, unfortunately, if you succeed, there'll be a monster appearing. But whenever your glyphs get locked, you want to get them back as quickly as possible, because they make it harder for you to complete tasks. So we're going to go for this. And we use this common item to get access to the yellow glyph. And then we click the book icon to conjure. Now, this character has a special... Now, normally what clues do, is they basically allow you to re-roll any dice of your choice. Right? This character has a special ability that after they use a clue, they can actually do it twice. So I'll demonstrate that. Hopefully I don't have to. So we're going to do this. And re-roll these. And I got... now, if I wanted to, I could use the power here, the power icon, to do it again. But I don't need to. So I'm going to do this. And do this. And then we roll. And now to complete this task, I need 1 peril, which I got. And now 1 monster appears. I get 1 clue. I get 1 spell. And I get 2 trophies. Now, when you're not having to get glyphs back, you're going to be wanting to be strategic about which missions you complete. You want to make sure that you can complete the mission, but you also want to make sure that you get good items for completing that mission, because if you end up losing all your items, it becomes very, very hard to complete tasks, and you can lose. Now, it's this character's turn. Now, I can use their ability to heal her 1, so we'll do that. Now, I've got 1 yellow glyph and 1 spell with him. So what we're going to do is, if you click up here, you can actually have a look at... Oh, now I didn't go over what terror was. Now, what terror is... So missions that have terror are actually more difficult. So what terror is if you end up... So you'll notice that it's got... This is the terror symbol, right? If you roll it... If one of your dice that you roll is a terror symbol, but you can't complete any task, the terror takes effect. So in this case, if you were not able to complete the task, if you were not able to complete a task and you rolled terror glyphs, you have to discard them, which is pretty bad. This one is if you can't roll terror, you fail the adventure. Now you'll notice there's a monster here. Now, when you defeat this monster, you actually have Doom +1. Now, in this case, if you get terror, you fail the adventure. So, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to have a look at like what you want to have a look at what each of your characters has, right? So, with this character, I'm going to go after a monster, right? Or at least I might keep it like... In this case, I don't want to go after this monster. And I don't want to go after this because... It's got very little in terms of penalty. Like if you fail this, you only lose 1 stamina, and if you win, you get these items, but you also spawn a monster. And if you kill this monster, you also advance the Doom track. So kind of not going to bother with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a look here and have a look at... Okay, so this one now. In this case, you have to complete these tasks in order, and you'll notice that there's this little icon here and this little icon here. What that means is when you complete this task, you lose 1 sanity. And when you complete this task, you lose 1 stamina. Now, you don't get the stamina back if you complete the task and if you fail the task, right? You lose it for completing the task. Now, in this case, you get 2 clue icons. And this one means if you succeed here, it actually removes one number from the Doom track, and it gives you an Elder Sign. Now, you need to get 10 of these Elder Signs to win the game. So this task you would probably want to do if you can complete it. But I would wait until there's one Doom before doing it. So let's have a look at the other tasks. So this one is also a task that has to be done in order. And this is if you fail it, you lose 1 stamina. The character loses 1 stamina. But if you succeed, you get 2 clues and a common item and 1 trophy. This one has a terror, which means if you fail, if you get the terror effect, 1 minus sanity. So this one could be really bad. Now, there is an icon here. This means that it spawns an otherworld adventure. Which means you get an extra task. Some of them are really good, some of them are not. Some of them are really, really hard, but most of these ones give good rewards. So, ooh, he doesn't really have an ability to complete that. I would like this, but it doesn't get you very much. It only gets you 1 common item. I'm going to go with this one, because if I fail it, I only take 1 stamina and 1 sanity, and I can heal that with these 2 characters. So this character has an ability to heal stamina for one stamina for any character, and this character can heal sanity. So this one's actually pretty hard, but hopefully we can make it. So we're going to pick this task. We're going to use the yellow glyph, and we roll. We take this one, and we're going to lock this. Well, actually, we're going to lock... Now, there's a reason I'm locking this law as opposed to these numbers. The reason I'm locking the law as opposed to the numbers is because you can add these up, but you can't add law. So if I don't roll any law, because there are 3 investigation, that means 50% of the icon of the red glyph, of the green glyph icons are going to be numbers, right? So there's a better chance of getting a 4 than there is of getting a law. So I'm going to use my spell to hold this law, and we're going to roll again. And we use... So you can use any combination of investigation. So I'm going to use 3 and 2 to complete this. And I have to reconjure. Now, if I didn't keep this, I would have had to fail the task. So you need to be strategic about all the items that you have. Now, because I succeeded, I get the 2 clues and a yellow and a common item and 1 trophy. Now, this has got the midnight symbol, which means there's a midnight effect here. And you'll notice that it says at midnight 1 minus stamina to the team. That means each of the team members will lose one of these one of their stamina. You normally want now you'll notice that the clock icon is here. That means when her turn ends, it's going to be the mythos effect, and this 1 minus stamina thing is going to take effect. So I've got to get rid of it. Alright, I gotta get rid of it. So we're gonna conjure the glyph, and we're gonna do this. Okay, we do the number and that. Get rid of that. Now, I failed, which means I have to drag a glyph here, and you can focus to save one glyph. Ooh, odds are not looking good. Oh, that was lucky. So what happens is when you fail a task, you have to drag a glyph into here, and then it re-rolls the glyphs that you have. So I got very lucky with this. And one monster appears, we get one Elder Sign, and this character gets a unique item, and a common item, and 2 gold. So we got lucky. Unfortunately, luck is a big part of this game. Sometimes, like in this case, I just had to go for it. Now, Mythos effect, so midnight. Now, luckily there was no effect. But normally there will be some kind of effect. Now, luckily we don't now... Oh, now we've lost the red glyph. Now, this is a monster. Now, you'll notice here it has the icon of the red glyph. That means until this monster's beaten, we don't get the red glyph. Right? Now, if we fail this... Now, this is a pretty dangerous mission, actually. Because if we fail it, if we get a terror, we get 1 minus sanity. And if we fail it, we take 2 health. Now... who's got the better chance of doing it? Okay, I'm going to use this character to kill the monster, so I'm going to not worry about this for now. And we're going to focus on other things. So let's have a look here. We'll save that for later. That one we want to save for later. Probably this one is the better one to go for. Yeah, this one's the better one to go for. Alright, so I'm going for this because she's got 6 sanity, so I can afford to fail this. And we get 2 clues and an Elder Sign. And I think I can beat this. I only need 4 die in total to beat this, 4 or more. So I think with the loadout that I have... Actually, what I'm going to do is, since I've got 2 trophies, I'm actually going to increase my odds of succeeding. So this is one of the things that you need to do, is if you've got trophies, you can come here to the souvenir shop. Now, you can go for the lost and found to take a chance to see if you get items, but you also have a chance of taking 1 damage. First aid allows you to heal, so you can heal 1 stamina or sanity for free, or you can spend 2 trophies to heal all your stamina, or all your sanity, or you can spend 4 trophies to recover all your stamina and sanity. And the last layer is the souvenir shop that allows you to use trophies to buy items. Now, I've already got access to the common die, so I'm going to buy a clue. Now, luckily, there's no midnight effects. So... There's no midnight effects, so I don't have to worry about that. So we're going to buy... What's he got? We're going to buy a common item to get the yellow die. Now, has he got any trophies? He's got 1 trophy. But he's got a pretty good layout. The 2 clues and the 1 common item is a pretty good layout. So instead we're going to try get something with him. I could use him to get that, but I'm not going to. Could probably get that, actually. Or I think we'll have him go for that. Yeah, we'll have him go for that. we'll go... Can't believe I didn't get any 3s. Now we need... Ooh, that was good. So now we're going to use... Now we need 2 laws. So we're going to use this clue to re-roll these. Give me a law. Nope, didn't get it. But we've got 1 more. We've got a pretty good chance of getting it. And I can't believe we didn't get that. We're going to use the focus to store that. I can't believe we didn't get that. Come on. And we failed the task. So when we do this, we can't do anything more. So we're going to fail the adventure. Take 2 sanity damage. Now we're going to use her to heal the sanity damage. And we're going to have her go here. Now she's probably going to take damage. But I'm going to use this Outer God's Flute to... I can actually buy a clue to increase my chances, and I think I will. I'm going to buy a clue. Now, I got lucky. Now, there's going to be a midnight effect. And there's a monster. So like I said, at midnight, normally something bad happens. Is there 2 monsters here? Where's the other monster? Ah, now there's 2 monsters here. Luckily it came on this one, so I don't really care about getting rid of this monster. So she's got a clue. We're not going to have her go for that. I think we will have her... No, we'll save that for when we need it. Yeah, with the clue, we'll have her go for that. With the amount of items that she's got, she can get this one. Now I'm going to return to the map. Get her to buy another clue. Now, normally if I was playing one of the harder monsters, I wouldn't have this much free time. But in this case, I do. So... we've got the red glyph. That's kind of crappy. He's got a spell. That one is not worth doing. This one is worth doing, but it's hard because of the amount of... See, the monsters add extra dice, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kill the monster with this character by using this unique ability, and then that way I can complete the task. So we're going to have him go here. Oh, wait, we can't do that. With the 2 clues, he should be fine. Yep, so we're going to go law, and we're going to use... we're not going to bother with that. And we got it. So 3, law... Now we get 1 Elder Sign, 2 clues, and 2 trophies. So this game is very, very interesting. It's interesting that they managed to figure out how to make a simple dice game that could capture the feeling of risk that you get when playing Arkham Horror. But they managed to figure it out. Now, this is a midnight ability. I kind of want to get rid of this. Now you'll notice he's got no items anymore, so he's in a weak position. Okay, we're going to use the one thing to buy him a clue. Now, we're going to use her ability to heal him. And we're going to go after this. Now, you'll notice she's got a unique item, common item, and a clue. This is the kind of loadout that you want for a character who's going to do a quest. So we're going to have her move here. We're going to have her take on this. Now, normally you want to try to make it out so that the characters with the high stamina are the ones that are doing these missions where the stamina fails, but she's the best one to do it in this case. So we're going to let her do that. So we're going to go like this. And we're going to go boom. Now we're going to use this to defeat the monster. And I get trophies for defeating the monster. Now, I'm going to re-roll all those die because I've got a better chance of getting all the lore. I need the lore. Now this is bad. I'll take 1 sanity. Now I've got a pretty good chance of getting this, and I did. So this game, a lot of it is as you play it, you'll get a feel for And now we have an Otherworlds item up here. And we've got 2 midnight effects. This is not going to be good. So Doom +2. A monster appears. 2- trophies. Not the... Now, the Curator, unfortunately, is one of the more difficult ones to do. But the midnight effect is not that bad. I mean, yes, you don't want to be losing trophies. But at the same time, it's a lot better than having... So if we look at this one, this probably is the worst one. Now, Serpent Warrior. Now, in order to beat this, you need to use 1 peril, but you actually have to take 2 health damage. So I got to complete this mission, unless I want more monsters to appear. Now we've got this item here. Now this is an otherworld task, and normally these are pretty good. So you'll notice that this one's pretty easy to do. It's got a very low failure penalty, and it's got a very good 2 clues and an Elder Sign for something this simple is actually pretty good. So we're going to leave that for this character, because it's a nice easy one for him to get back and play. And now we've got to get rid of this one. So now you'll notice that she's got 2 clues, a spell. Yeah, she's equipped. Like she's gonna absolutely get it done. Yeah, she's got 0 chance of failing. And she's got whiskey, in case she loses sanity. Or do we want to have... He's got a pretty good chance of getting it as well. No, we'll have her go after this one. And a monster appears. That's kind of pretty bad. Alright. So we will have her go here. We will have her... wait a minute, what's going wrong here? We'll return to the map. Why can't we use... Something weird's going on here. Oh, she can't discard unique items. Okay, that's fine. So we take the 2 damage. And we're going to use the 1 spell to lock this symbol. And then we get to re-roll. Now we're going to use our clues. There's no point in re-rolling this. It can't get a wild symbol, but might as well. And then we're going to use another clue to re-roll these. And I got it. This is a wild symbol, and it can be any of these. So I could have used this wild symbol if I got one less of the terror. So we go here, we go here, we go here, and we get an Elder Sign, a clue, a unique item that allows me to turn any glyph into a lore, and a monster appears. Now, Yig, this ancient one, or elder one, or old one, whatever they want to call it, likes to summon a lot of monsters. So, now we've only got this midnight effect that we're not going to bother with. There's no point in going, I mean, I'll go after it if it's easy, but it's pretty hard to get this one, because you need 5 dice minimum to get it, right? And so you're going to need a lot of dice, and you're going to need a lot of clues. So this is one of the more harder ones to go for, so I'm not going to go for this. And it would be a lot easier if this monster here wasn't requiring also an extra die. So what are we going to go for? We're going to go for this one now. I think this character can get it. Yeah, we're going to go for this one. So we're going to use the red die. We got the scroll. We're going to lock this to make sure that we get the scroll. Ooh, and we got it. So we're going to use this one. Now the reason that we're using this one as opposed to this one is because this one will stay, so we can use it in the next task. Whereas this one will get re-rolled. So might as well use it. So we re-roll. And that wasn't good. But now we could focus, but we don't want to. No, come on. Yes, we got the wild. This is why this red dice can be the winner. So we're going to use the 4 and this. And now we complete it. Doom track goes down by 1. We get an Elder Sign. And this character gets 2 clues and a trophy. Now, this is on easy. So, obviously, like, if you're playing against some of the other, Elder ones, it's going to be a lot harder. There'll probably be less maps, less monsters on the board, but it'll be less hard. Okay, so first we're going to use his ability to heal somebody. So we're going to heal her. Right? Now, we're going to go after... Now, when you end up with a character in a position where they've lost all their items, you want to go after easy tasks to get those items back. Now, looking here... this task's probably the easiest, so we'll go for this one. And we got it in the first go. So we got an Elder Sign and 2 clues, and 2 trophies. So we're going to go here, and we're going to heal this character. Now, she's got... Okay, so... Like I said, you want to make use of those trophies. So I'm going to use her... I'm going to use this ability to buy a common item. I almost never buy spells, because I think spells are great, but they're useful in addition to the dice. You want as many dice as you can get your hands on in this game. So, for the most part, dice... For the most part, dice are always better than spells. But spells are a great addition. Now, let's have a look here. Now, this character has an ability where she can actually convert common items, spell items, or clues. She can discard it to get the red and yellow glyphs. This character is very powerful. She can take very weak items and make them strong. Now, based on what she's got, not really going to bother with this. It's not even worth attempting it. Because look at, you only get one common item for completing it and one trophy. Obviously, this is an easy one for like a weak character, but she's quite strong. So this one has a lot of danger for failing it, but she's got a good chance of getting it. So I'm actually gonna go after it. Ooh. Now we're gonna use this to convert this to a scroll. And now we do this. We're guaranteed almost to complete this. So now if you're in this position, the yellow die never has a terror result on it, so get rid of that first. Now, if you have a choice between getting rid of a green die or a red die, get rid of the green die first. Come on, give me the wild symbol. Not looking good. Not looking good. Damn it. I'm dead. Now, the reason I did that is because I'm actually going to heal her up with these characters. So I was happy. So normally you never want to end up in a position where one character gets onto 1 health, because what can happen is when midnight hits, there can be a mythos effect that takes the character's stamina down by 1. Now that character dies. So you never want to do that, but I did that in this case because I've got these characters to heal them. Now we have to decide. Now he's got 5 clues. Which for him are very powerful. We're going to go after this one. He's guaranteed to get it. Now, if there already is a character who's failed a task at a location, you can help that character focus. So I'll show you by what I mean. So we need another scroll. Yep, so we got it. So we move here, move here, move here. We click the glyph icon. We didn't get it, but what we're going to do is we're going to use our clues to drop all the glyphs. And we can use his ability to use it a second time. This character really likes having clues. And we've almost won this. We're completely destroying Yig, but Yig is easy, so that's expected. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the ability to heal her to get her back up to 2 health. Now, he's got 3 clues, so let's find something that he can do. He definitely can't do that. Not with 3 clues. It's not risking it. This one he can do. It's going to advance the Doom track, but it also gets me an Elder Sign, so it's probably worth it. So we're going to go after that. So this one only requires 3. 1 skull, one peril, and 1... Now, the other thing that I forgot to tell you is you can only do 1 task at a time. So we're going to do this one. We're going to roll the die. We use the peril. Roll the die. Use the peril. Roll the die. And use that. Now it advances the clock by 1. But I also get an L... Now he's in a good position now to do the next quest. We've pretty much got this one. So we're just going to check up on which character needs sanity the most. We'll have her. Now, she's got a common item, a unique the red glyph, and a clue. So this is a good position. She's in a very, very powerful position. Let's have a look to see what we can do. Do we want to do this one? No, we don't. Now, apart from this one, there are no other ones giving Elder Signs. She's in a great position, so we're going to go after this one. So we're going to use this to get the red glyph. We're going to use this to get the yellow glyph. And then we're going to go for it. Now, the numbers are easier to get. So, try going after the skull first. Yep, so we got the skull. Now, the numbers are going to be much easier to get, so unless you get that. Get rid of this first. We're going to grab this. And we got it. So now we got all numbers. And we've won. So this is essentially how you play Elder Sign Omens. Now, like I said, I got to do G-Man, even though I'm the G-Man from this channel. And then you can look at your breakdown of, you know, you get points for doing certain things. So yeah, so this was a guide to how to play Elder Sign Omens. If you have any, so this was G-Man Gaming Review saying, if you have any specific questions about anything in the guide, like if I didn't touch on anything right, or if you have any further questions, please feel free to leave that in the comments, and I will do, and if I can, I will do a follow-up video to answer that question. I'm going to do another video on this game to basically go through a discussion of the characters, where I think they're useful and which ones I think you should take depending on what you want. But yeah, this was G-Man Gaming and Reviews. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.